Hello everyone, I am Sunil Kumar from the research and advisory team of Taxmann. I hope you all are healthy and doing good. A good news for all the road contractors dealing with NHAI because the Ministry of Roads, Transport and Highways has recently issued its policy decision clarifying that NHAI will make payment of GST on annuity payment wherever applicable under HA model to the road contractors for the past period. It's a welcome decision and it is being appreciated by all the road contractors. What was the issue? By this clarification, the policy decision has been taken by the Ministry of Roads, Transport and Highways. I'll explain you the entire issue in brief. So in 22nd GST Council meeting, the GST Council had recommended an exemption for the road contractors receiving the annuity payments from the NHAI or state-owned corporations against the construction services. Following the decision of the GST Council, the government on 30th of October 2017 had inserted a new entry in the exemption notification, serial number 23 capital A. This exemption provides that services by way of access of road or bridge on payment of annuity would be exempt from GST. The HSN number which they have inserted against this entry is 9967. This HSN deals with the support services in transport. Now we can see that what was proposed by the GST Council and what was ultimately notified by the government is altogether different things. The Council proposed exemption for the construction services, annuity payment for the construction services. But the way the notification drafted by the legislature, it provided that annuity payment for the access of roads or bridges. Right. So it was altogether on a different footing. So it created confusion in the industry, and several representations were being made to the government and GST Council to clarify the uh, position. Interestingly, immediately after this notification, the NHAI has also issued an internal circular clarifying that it will not going to make payment of GST to the road contractors. And as per my understanding, no contractors were paying GST to the government, and it is obvious because NHAI was also not making payment for the HM for the annuity amount. The GST Council in its 43rd meeting has again taken this issue for deliberation, and it concluded that the annuity would not going to be exempted. The annuity amount which the road contractors are receiving for the construction services would not going to be exempted under serial number 23 capital A. Following this decision, the government has issued a circular, and there they clarified that exemption would not be available to the road contractors. The ground which they have provided in their clarification is that the exemption is applicable for the annuity amount received for excess of roads or bridges, but the amount which the contractors are receiving, it is for the construction services, for which the applicable HSN is 9954 and 9967 is not applicable on them. Therefore, this exemption which the government has notified on 30th of October 2017 would not be applicable on them. After this clarification, there was a hue and cry in the industry that now who will going to make the payment of GST? Will NHAI going to reimburse this amount to the contractors or not? Or they alternatively have to pay this GST component from their own pocket or not? So considering all these issues, again various representations were being made to the council and NHAI as well. And the Ministry of Roads, Transport and Highways on 29th of August issued its policy decision clarifying that it will going to make payment of GST to all the road contractors wherever applicable. So it's a celebrated decision of the Ministry of uh, Roads, Transport and Highways, and yeah, it's a welcome move overall. But few open issues which are there. First is the interest leviability on this amount. Obviously, tomorrow GST authorities during audit will going to ask interest amount on this GST, which the contractors will now going to pay to the government. Second would be the ITC availability. As per my understanding, many of the road contractors were reversing the input tax credit under Rule 42 and 43 because Annuity is being exempted. Why many of them and not all of them? There were few issues relating to reversal of ITC, which I'm not discussing in this recording because that is altogether a a time taking issue to be discussed. So I'm not discussing that part, but yeah, many of the road contractors were reversing the input tax credit. So can now they claim the ITC or not? Will provisions of section 16(4) would going to applicable on them or not? As per our view, it's a case of reavailment, and the time limit which is there in 16(4) would not be applicable. But yes, again, this is an issue which the tomorrow authorities may say that okay, you would not be able to claim the ITC. So if clarification is issued by the government of India on this part, it would be again much appreciated. So with this, thank you. Thanks for your patience listening.